stories of Masons having a goat in the ritual and using it to haze new candidates, so-called riding the goat, have been circulating since the 1800s and are, of course, nonsense. Also, the goat has nothing to do with the Hebrew idea of a scapegoat. The background to the story is more mundane. The meaning of the goat story has to do with the solstices, which I mentioned in a previous video. In 1813, when the Premier Grand Lodge, known as the Moderns, amalgamated with the Grand Lodge of all England, called the Ancients, each had a different patron saint. The Ancients had adopted the saint used by operative Masons, Sir John the Evangelist, and operative lodges were often called St. John's Lodges based on the older charges of Freemasonry, which speak of St. John the Evangelist as a saint of the craft. So the speculative moderns adopted St. John the Baptist as their patron saint, as he represented the other solstice. The summer solstice is when the sun is at its highest point in the heavens, known as the triumphant sun, and is also when the sun rises over Stonehenge and hits the altar stone dead center. The feast day of St. John the Baptist is 24th of June and is in the zodiac house of Cancer, the crab. And St. John the Evangelist feast day is 22nd December in the house of Capricorn, which is represented by a goat. So the sun in Cancer was revered by speculative Masons, and they scorned the son of the goat. This may also have to do with the backgrounds of the two St. Johns in the Bible. St. John the Baptist was the son of an influential rabbi, while St. John the Evangelist was probably an illiterate fisherman. The Premier Grand Lodge of England was established on St. John the Baptist Day, June the 24th in 1717, while the so-called Grand Lodge of all England, the Ancients, was established 8 years later on the 27th of December 1725 on the feast of St. John the Evangelist. So the story of Masons and the goat is in fact the Masons of the Premier Grand Lodge deriding what they saw as the spurious Grand Lodge of all England. The working tools in the ritual are a recognition of the role of operative Masonry in the revival of Freemasonry, though I doubt that speculative Masons would have encouraged their operative colleagues to join a speculative lodge. A speculative lodge in the 1720s would have welcomed gentlemen, but these were people who either did not work for a living, as they had unearned income, or they were professionals such as doctors, officers in the army, or university professors. In England, there are still some pubs or taverns called the Goat and Compasses. The phrase has nothing to do with riding a goat. The origin of the phrase is from the word God encompasses us, which degenerated into God and compasses. This refers to the fact that English inns and taverns inherited a tradition of hospitality from ancient monasteries. The phrase can also be seen as describing the state of Masonry when James Anderson, George Payne, and John de Sagulier decided to rewrite the rituals, establish the Premier Grand Lodge of England, and bring order out of chaos. Ordo ab chao. Thank you.